What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo Leveling Arise video. It's your boy Payne. Happy Saturday. It's weekend time, so you know it's family time for me, so I get a little bit of time to go ahead and make a video in the mornings when my kids are asleep, my beautiful wife is taken care of, my son is currently probably playing Donkey Kong. I do want to talk about something. Netmarble's diabolical way to make every unit viable was so sneaky and well done. I do want to go over a lot of this with you guys to explain to you how everyone now is on the same playing field and attack units are no longer considered OP. And I think this was a very, very intelligent way to bring Thomas out with this. Because if Thomas came out without these sets being adjusted, and we'll go over the sets shortly and I'll explain to you how they work, I think Thomas would not be as strong as he is. And I think we'd be seeing attack units in a whole different light compared to a National Hunter. All right, this was very, very smart. So we all, as you guys are aware, when we found out that he was defense, a lot of us were scared. We were like, oh no, here we go. They're gonna screw this up. He's not gonna be able to compete with like Cha or with Mireille, etc. But then they did something that was completely unexpected, and they made, I would even go as far as saying, better sets than some of the B sets, depending on how long the fight is. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. Everybody knows that the current expert set, aka Beast, is the best set for damage by far, right? Or it was. And the reason why is whenever you landed a critical hit with a attack unit, or any unit really, it boosted your attack by 1.6% with a 4P set. Everybody's running the 1.6%, right? Now this was extremely powerful for attack units. This is what made attack units the main DPSs in the game, right? Because expert set allowed them to stack almost 160%. If you were able to reach the 100 stack mark, you were able to get 160% more attack, which would boost your DPS by tenfolds. It was wild. So whenever a unit came out like Charlotte, whenever a unit like Thomas came out with defense, or a unit that came out with HP was considered a DPS, we all kind of sighed. We're all like, what the hell? So Netmarble went ahead and did something I never thought they would do, especially behind our backs. And again, this was a marketing genius ploy, and I will talk more about the artifact modification set event and everything as well, guys, but I do want to touch base on this. Now, what they went ahead and did, if you're not aware, is they boosted other level 75 artifacts. Now they're in one 4-piece armor set with the Warmonger, but that wasn't a buff to the stats. That was more a buff to the time, the cooldown, or the cooldown period of it dropping off. So it went from 6 seconds to 8 seconds. So you can hold on to the buff a little longer. Now this is a double-edged sword, right? And the reason why I say this is because we as players don't really want to use the level 75 gear because it actually drops our combat power, and because how reliant we are on combat power to beat the end game content, it lowers your combat power in general, which means you can be placed below the required combat power that's the level needs, and that will obviously penalize you, whether it's your crit, your precision, crit damage, attack, it doesn't matter, it penalizes you, right? So we always want to be above that full. So the biggest issue with this is the fact that they've now made the level 78 armor sets less viable, which is rough. But what they've done, the beauty of this, is they made every other unit that's not attack unit now a pure DPS if they want to be. So let's go over some of these things that they've done. Okay, first off, I'll go over another one that they upgraded. They upgraded Champion of the Field. A lot of you may not know this, but they now increased the attack by 8% for 8 seconds. And then here you guys can see here, it can now stack 6 instances of it. Before, I believe it was only 6% or 4%. I think they either doubled it or made an extra 2%, but nonetheless, 6 instances of 8% is pretty damn good. And this is even better than Beast when you do faster battles. So if you're using an attack unit, to be quite honest with you, with faster battles, Champion on the Field is actually better, in my opinion, than Beast, because you can stack 8% like this, right? And there's no percentage of missing this. As long as you hit a crit, you're guaranteed this. With Beast, on the other hand, it actually ends up becoming a chance, only a 50% chance. So to be quite honest, I think Beast has become the more inferior set now compared to Champion on the Field, which blew my mind when I saw this, because I'm like, there's no freaking way that Beast is being overtaken by this. But as a matter of fact, it is. So for attack units now, I would actually switch my focus on Champion of the Field, because if you can stack this like 6 times, right? 8%, 6 times. You're getting yourself, number one, 100% guarantee, right? You go 6 times 8. You're getting yourself 48% guaranteed almost instantaneously because the cooldown to get it is only 0.8%, and you're pretty much keeping that the entire time. So it's super, super fast to get, and it's super easy to get, right? Longer battles, experts still will do more because you can most likely get more than the 48% mark, but majority of faster battles and mid-level battles, attack units will not even hit the 48%, or they'll just hit the 48%, but you already have it with champion on the field. So mid to short battles, guys, champion on the field for attack units, chef's kiss. All right. No tossing salads here, guys. All right. Just, I know some of you guys like to do that. All right. Now, next up, let's talk about the other three. I have no idea. Don't even ask. The most powerful one out of all of them right now, and the one that's going to be most viable for a lot of units, is going to be Obsidian. Believe it or not, the one that most of you guys probably recycling were like, I would never use this shit. I could shit out better shits than this. This has now become one of the mainstay ones that are going to be used for many units, including Thomas and someone like Charlotte, who doesn't require MP very much and is mostly focused on just doing ultimate burst, right? So the way this works now is when the user has 70% or more MP, their damage dealt increased by 30%. That used to be, I believe, like 20% or something. The crazy one is the 4-piece set now. The damage increase potency increases to 60% when the user's MP is 40% or more. Yeah, you instantly are doing 60% damage the moment you equip these and you're in the battle. It doesn't matter where you're at. This is going to dominate. Now, this is going to even apply to Mireille, whose MP management is horrendous, but if you have Hansi Mi with her, she's going to be doing 60% more damage. So this here has now become, if you have a battery with you like Hansi Mi, so Hansi Mi's stock has now just risen tenfold, in my opinion, you are now going to be able to carry everybody with this set. This, to me, is the #1 accessory set going forward for almost, I'd say, honestly, 80% of people. And this is fantastic for even Choi, who can't even crit. What a bitch, right? So now the other two sets that are worth mentioning for sure is going to be the Executioner set here. These went up quite a bit. When attacking enemy with 40% or less HP, it goes to 30%. When the HP conditions are met to 70%, you do 60% more damage. So this is for units who are fast hitting, can get the opponents down below 70% really quickly, and do 60% damage almost instantly. Again, anyone who eats a lot of mana, like Cha, for example, this would be a great set for her. Because Cha's mana management is even worse than Mirei's, believe it or not. When she does enough of those waltz, she goes from 100 to 0. She's literally like somebody who has sleep apnea and just can't stay awake. I, by the way, have sleep apnea, so no offense to anybody with that. So that's right there, a big one. Now, the other one worth mentioning as well, and this is a huge one, is also going to be the Berserker set. Now, you can see the same percentages apply. The difference here is now your HP instead. All right? This is perfect now. Everybody should be running this for SMBAC. There should be nobody running anything but this for SMBAC. So my SMBAC here, you know, you can see what he's running here currently is Beast, 1000% switching over. Your skeleton set should now be, or your Berserker set, aka Berserker, should now be your #1 set to go for him, right? Now, all the stuff that I had before is now swapping over to this set because this set is crazy now. So this is what he's going to be rocking going forward, and for good reason as well, because that 60% extra damage is absolutely bonkers. So you guys can see here, definitely run this. There should be nobody running Beast on Beck anymore. They should all be running Executioners. Now, what does this all mean? Again, this was diabolical. This was crazy. This just came out of the blue. This now makes a lot of other DPS way more viable that are not attack spec, right? Attack spec units are no longer the mainstay of the game because Expert now is kind of going out the window and all these new ones are kind of stepping in. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking for a brand new artifact tier list. I will have to do that afterwards, guys. I need to test because I don't want to just talk out of my ass. I actually want to do some actual number crunching and give you guys proper artifact sets. So you'll have to wait a little bit for that, but I will definitely do a hunter tier list and a brand new weapon tier list for you to at least give you guys something to look forward to outside of these crazy numbers that I'm providing. Okay. Now I will talk in another video regarding the brand new artifact set. I'm not a big fan of it. A lot of you guys are not a big fan of it. I think this was the biggest miss that Netmarble had for an event almost ever outside of the DICE event. And this modification, I mean, hey, you know what, let's talk about it now. Maze Artifact modification. So the way this works now is you get a lot of tickets here, but these tickets can only be applied, okay, hear me out, can only be applied on level 20 items. That's right. You can only apply them if you've hit level 20. So if you're in the midst of hitting like level 10 and you know it's not going well, well, too bad. You got to go all the way to 20. So it's a big loss of resources. Now, this is great for older equipment though, because most older equipment you probably have already hit level 20, right? So for ones like this, for example, where I had attack, defense, pen, damage increase, I'm like, okay, this one needs a reset. Now I'm going to go ahead and reset this one with you guys, okay? So you guys can see here, I'm going to go ahead and reset it, right? There it is. Everything goes back to normal. Now the problem with this is you don't get any resources back, right? And I don't know if you guys saw that, but resources are now gone. So if I want to redo this one, so I'm going to go back and do Burning Curse, right? And we're going to go, this was a ring, I believe, right? If I recall, ring? Oh no, it was a bracer. It was a dark bracer. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. You guys can see now, if I want to do this, I'm going right from scratch. Now, the crazy part was this is one of my main bracers for my SJW set to increase its combat power. And again, because it's level 78, you are going to increase your combat power. But look at this. Look at this shit. You might go 1-1-1 across the board again, and you're not getting any resources back. I think personally, I'm about to go 1-1-1, guys. This is fucking crazy. All I got to say about this is they should have refunded some of the resources. I think that would have been an amazing move. It's still a good. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and it might not be popular with some of you. I still think it's a good event. I think they missed the mark though. Okay, they missed the mark with, they should have done a couple better things. For example, giving at least half the resources back would have been fine as well, right? It didn't have to be the whole thing. They could have been half, but they decided, you know what? We're not going to give you guys anything back. You guys can kiss my ass and, you know, collect your resources again from scratch, which I think was a big miss. And that's honestly, that's rare with this dev team because they've done, oh, there we go. They've done a fairly good job. This is actually better than it was before. So at least I'm happy about that. So you guys can see how that works. Now, another one that you guys have been asking about is also the brand new modification system using the scrolls that we get from simulation. So let's go over that one real quick. So let's say I want to go ahead and power up this. And you guys can see I already have, right? You see attack, +4 on this. That's right, I got lucky with these ones. I was able to get these to 0.65. So how does this work? You go to enhance, right, and you get these little booklets here. You can see each one will tell you what they actually affect: attack, defense penetration, additional MP, etc. So the lower the book quality, right, the lower the chance you have of getting a high number. So you can see here, this one can go to 310. So it's RNG based. So 275. Let's say I'm happy with 275. I'm like, cool. Let's move on to this one. This one can actually go to 440. You can see the bottom is 200. So I'm above the bottom. Chances are I'm going to get something pretty good. There it is. So 410. I'm okay with that. Let's move on to the next one. Now this will actually push from 395, which again, I'm above. So I hopefully won't get 390. Oh, you can go lower. There you guys go. So there is the problem. I was hoping you can't go lower, but as a matter of fact, you can. All right, and this is how this works. This will apply pretty much across the board to all of your sets. So this is why simulation is so important. You guys all need to go start doing all that because this is going to make your gameplay a lot easier. And you guys can see here, you can see I have 3 additional attack. Let's just say I want to start here. I want to get 90 is good. Okay, 90 over 100 is good. I want to go over here. I want to try to hit the 150 mark, right? So these are all bad. So I lost it right there. Here, I can also get 110. So it is more. Again, it's all a chance, right? There you guys go. That one's done. Defense pen, again, 440, 200. So I got the lowest one I could possibly get. So let's go for get higher. 380, perfect. I'm good with 380. And then again, etc., right? So this is how it works. So you ideally want to use these scrolls. Remember, if you are going to get the highest end scroll here, or the highest number here, you have a possibility of screwing yourself over here by going with the lower number. Okay, just keep that in mind. So look, if I can possibly get 200 here, so I don't know if I want to chance that RNG, right? Additional HP, let's just say I won't use this one. We don't care about additional HP. So if I go to this set, for example, now I want to enhance this one. Again, you guys can see I have myself damage increase, additional attack is gone. Oh, additional attack. So the scrolls actually affect every single piece. So you can't share, you have to share them between the pieces. So make sure you know which piece you're going to affect. All right, so let's do this one. 410, perfect. We're going to leave that as is. Crit again, we're going to go ahead and do this one. Raise our crit up, 410, that's perfect. And then attack, you guys can see here, I can't raise this because I lack the scrolls. So that's how that works, guys. So scrolls are shared amongst all of your accessories and all of your sets, right? Like there's no difference here between the scrolls. You see that they're all being affected. So make sure before you decide to upgrade something that you actually have the set that you're looking for to use going forward, and the fact that you're willing to upgrade it, and that's going to be your long-term set. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.